What's up? Round Podcast, what's up? It's a comedy gold. We kicking it right here at the Legends concert. All the legends, you feel me? I'm a legend. I'm a young legend. You got rocking Rounds Podcast, yo. Oh, shit.
If you like the content, make sure you like, share, and subscribe.
This for my niggas. Real shit, only fuck with them niggas I'm still with. I still with. If I'm in a fix, they bout some trill shit. For my rounds, I'll peel shit. Devise plans to get a meal ticket. With that attitude like we'll get it. Still busy, still with it. Looking over haters like they lil midgets. Noisy hopping around the night, camouflage like lil crickets. I got a problem with me having just a lil digits. From the city where niggas lie, kill, and steal for riches. And I done been around and even met some trill bitches. Broads harder than these niggas real snitches. I never tell on the soul, that's cold, a real sickness. Love run deep, I won't speak with God as my witness. I never mix with fake niggas because it's bad for business. And when I eat off my plate, I eat off clean dishes. That's why I'm testing my fate, about to get on my mission. It's real over here, daddy, so won't you take a listen. My nigga, my nerve, my partner, my ward, and my round. My ace and my dog, my ride or die, my all the way down, nigga. My nigga, my nerve, my partner, my ward, and my round. My ace and my dog, my ride or die, my all the way down, nigga. My nigga, my nerve, my partner, my ward, and my round. My ace and my dog, my ride or die, my all the way down, nigga. My nigga, my nerve, my partner, my ward, and my round. My ace and my dog, you heard me.
I keep my circle slim and crash trim.
Big ups to the fam. Shouts out to the team. Welcome to the Rounds Podcast. If it's your first time rocking with us, make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. If you've been rocking with us, then y'all should know what it is. 4 rounds, mainstream news, pop culture, a little bit of family business. I'm your host, Benjamin S. Good. As always, got my rounds rocking with me. First out the gate, producer extraordinaire. Did radio with him. And right now, his son is probably one of my favorite artists that's out right now. We Coming. That's Hatchback of the ENT. What's good, Hat? Man. Next up, Caveman 55. Tip off the old block. One of the realest ones I done met in a minute. Definitely thugging with his pops who introduced me to him, and I'm grateful. What's down with your cousin?
You know what it is. Living good, feeling good. Another day, another dollar. You hear me?
I know that's right. And last but certainly not least, my motherfucking cuzzo, Ren, a.k.a. the man, and buku other a.k.a.s. What's good with your cuzzo?
Wow, what's down with it, baby? Happy hump day to everybody, you hear me?
Yes, sir. That's right. That's right.
Sorry for the delayed entry, my brothers. I had to
tell you, dog.
I left you hanging. My bad, man. I had to get the old beverage rocking. You dig?
I ain't mad at you though, dog. Get the
What was all this, Ren? Fucking flashing your hair and shit. Nigga know you got dreads.
No, I was letting it down.
All of that. You trying to,
that's hair.
You did that shit because you wanted to say something to me. That's what that was about.
When you
said, what's all that? That's called hair.
When you take them plaques out, the next couple of days, you got the little crinkle effect going on. You know what I'm saying?
I'm saying,
you know this.
Those chronically challenged wouldn't understand. You understand?
Nigga think they slick, boy. Yeah.
Yeah, he did that one on y'all. Shouts out to everybody in the chat earlier. Damien Superfan. We got old Mystic Journeys. We know who that is. Shouts out to the Alchemist, Miss Lyric. G-Man.
Franny, that's my motherfucking girl, Franny, you heard me?
Look, my motherfucking round for over 20 plus. That boy,
Mr. Journey.
I see you, did
Mr. Journey. Mr. Journey is my favorite.
Hope you're feeling better, baby.
Definitely. Soul Glow. Tell them niggas. This fucking flow trying to say something to me with this hell shit. Nigga, this feel way better. Ask them.
Nah, you be rubbing your ass in between them women ass cheeks. I had a partner of mine was bald head back in the Jeep. So he used to do that, turn them on. You know what I'm saying? Might want to add that to your bag, kid, man. Just saying.
All right, okay.
I know left field. I'm all over the place. We on top fours, bro. I love music, so we doing top 4 songs, but we trying to tie it to nostalgia. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has some shit in
Nostalgia.
it, bring you back to a memory, or you did this with that one. So that's our top 4 today. We start with Hat because he was first in the building. We slide in the caveman. Then we got you, cuz I'll bring up the real. Let's
All right,
get it.
cool. So, you said R&B and hip hop, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, number one, it'll be the first concert I ever went to was at Xavier University for this little spring fest, right? Back in 90, whatever. Could have been 90. It was D Nice and Boogie Down Productions. The first album I ever owned was a D Nice album, autograph signed. My name is D Nice. Check it out, you suckers, and you don't know how I did it. You know, the energy that came with that and everything. You know what I'm saying? I was hooked ever since. So um I say Donnell Jones, Where I Wanna Be.
Mhm.
You dig? My first little taste of love or interaction with a female where I really felt, like thought something of somebody, not just a hookup or, fling or whatever. It's the first time I really kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Lovey dovey, huh?
No, let myself
Okay.
let myself be vulnerable for a female or around a female. You did.
All
So
right,
that
all
brings
right.
me to number 3, 687 by Brian McKnight. That's the first time the bitch broke my heart. So I put them back to back because a young man experienced those things for the first time. It was like, hey man, hey bro, like you up and you down, you know. Uh, but good memories, you know what I'm saying? But those songs stuck in my head. Uh, and I say 400 Degrees. Um, when I left to go to the military, I went to basic training. It hadn't come out yet, but it hit like soon as I was in fucking like basic training, right? And to hear people from all over the country, like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, really jocking and appreciating the New Orleans swag at the time, it, you know what I'm saying, it gave my perspective a little bit uh, stronger consideration uh when it comes to my hood and how I view myself and shit. I'm like, well, fuck, nigga, we on. You dig? So it gave me a little
Real
boost of
shit.
confidence, and I was able to, do a lot more. So that's mine. You dig?
Okay, man. Oh,
Bullshit.
say, bro. Hey, we can't hear you, baby. Fix your mute or something.
Oh,
Yeah, hit the button.
my bad. Let me see. We with the nostalgia feeling. We go with the happy, sad, same time. I'm gonna go with "Don't Worry, Be
Be
Happy."
happy. I like that one. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, that do bring back memories.
Yeah.
Next, I'm gonna go with gotta go with Tupac. Keeping your head, ooh, child. Things are gonna get easy. Happy and sad at the same time. Love it.
Sing the shit.
I'm gonna go with Sam Cooke. I was born by the river.
You
Sound
wasn't
just
even
like him.
during that
You
time.
gotta try to sing them, bitch.
Yeah, so you know where I'm at. They give you that feeling. You
Oh,
heard
that
me?
what it
Don't
was.
it? Yeah. Then last but not least, I'm gonna go with Stevie Wonder. I just called to say I love you. When was the last time that
That's
they
not.
heard you say?
I hope that's the last time.
That's not the same song. Oh, to say I love you is something else.
Oh, that's these three
Yeah, he's
words.
singing. Yeah, I was just about to say.
Just let him. You
No,
gotta.
No, look, Hat ain't about to let that shit go.
fuck
You feel
no.
that? You up, cuz?
These three.
Say, I ain't gonna lie, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know how I'm coming. I'm a certified sweet dicker, so all my memories most of them kind of tied to that. I'm gonna
Rap
say
music.
Summer Rain, you know what I'm saying, with Carl Thomas. I had me a little fling, you know what I'm saying? And every time I hear that song, it bring me back to the moments I had with this special young lady. You know what I'm saying? Another one, Beanie Man, and Maya. You know what I'm saying? Zagazal.
Yeah.
Again, tied to a young lady who at the time had a special piece of my heart. You know what I'm saying?
You must have had a good little run because that was around the same time. You feel?
Yeah, see, you very perceptive. You boy, you can't get nothing by you. You know what I'm saying? Now another one I had. Let me see. This one ain't a song, it's an album. You heard me? That Cocky and Confident by Juvenile. You heard me? That at the time, that was tied to another sweet little thing I had. You know what I'm saying? And that whole album, we used to vibe out to it. So it make me reminisce and think about her. You know what I'm saying? And last but not least, I'm gonna say that Welcome to the Know Ya, on the Juvenile. And the reason why, because my partner, rest in peace, Mouse, you know what I'm saying, huge Cash Money fan. And I remember he had got the snippet of the tape. So we had, like, before the album dropped, we had the snippet of that song. You know what I'm saying? So we was looking forward to the album coming out to hear how the song fucking finished, nigga, because that bitch started fire. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's my fault.
You could go to hell, did it? Nah, Rennie win this. You sound crazy.
Well, say, bro, goddamn, I might win. Okay, man, let me get mine off, bro. Before you just jump the gun because a nigga said somebody else won.
Haters gonna hate me.
No, that was a hater ass nigga who said you won.
All right. So when I was in 6th grade, I used to sing all the time. But 6th grade, I did my first talent show. We sung Let's Chill. Killed that bitch. I was going to Lush at the time, and my mama finally heard me, and then she stopped with the nigga, stop singing around the house. She finally let me just do my thing, because I guess we sounded all right. So Let's Chill, always nostalgic.
By Guy?
For me. Yeah, definitely by Guy. I don't know if y'all familiar with the group Christian, or Christian, however you want to pronounce it. They was on Rockefeller. I believe they had a song called Full of Smoke. This was a jam. Me and my nigga Black used to ride around it. I'm a man today. Ain't nobody tell me nothing. It's something like that. Got a hold on line. But yeah, anyway, you used to ride around with Black. We used to smoke off that. You know what I'm saying?
You win.
Huh?
Good.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to hit the hook. I'll let you do that for me. Next, we rolling with that old Pac. You ain't never had a friend like me. My nigga T had played it for me. My first time hearing it, we was cooling, you know what I'm saying? And you know that like my brother, so remember that one. And last up off the list, Diddy Bop. If y'all know Diddy, y'all know he used to ride a Maxima, you know what I'm saying? Nigga used to be rocking. Well, his brother had one too. Buku sound in it. I'm talking about sound out the ass. And we were sitting in front of the house and that boy played that goddamn Mary Jane by Scarface. And nigga, to hear how that bitch knocked and how crystal clear that motherfucker was in the car, I'll never forget that shit. So that's my fool right there. And I heard the motherfucking Mary Jane this morning, so that's what put it on my mind.
That's one of my
That was an easy victory. That was an easy victory. Tie between who?
The fact that you sung the wrong song should automatically disqualify you.
You do.
But I know in your mind, that don't even register.
If you didn't keep up with the theme of the fucking category,
I just doubled it up.
Listen, it said hip hop and R&B nostalgia. You played Sam Cooke. That was before we.
And
he
didn't even tie none of it to no nostalgia.
That's what I'm
saying. So I don't know who won, but I know who lost.
Yeah, you ain't never won. Yeah.
No, nostalgia is a sad feeling and a good feeling at the same time. That's what I got from them songs. What you mean?
No, dog. Look, yeah.
And on that, just make shit up.
And with that, I'm about to say, and with that one right there, we can see that boy ain't really look at this shit.
See why you need some goddamn help, boy?
Shouts out to the face.
I'm the therapist over here. What you mean?
My favorite song is "I Just Called to Say I Love You." And when was the last time
I doubled it up? It was a duo, too.
Dog, listen to me. It's the top 4. We give honorable mention, but you fucked up. Now I feel like you the Floyd Mayweather this shit. I'm stretching it. So you might be getting the L. I don't know, bro. We gonna let the chat decide, and right now I don't think they voting for you. So we'll see how it
Caveman, I
fared,
see
I
it right
guess,
there.
as we go.
Mystic
Man, give
Journeys.
him the one. Let it feel good about itself.
Well, there
Yeah,
you go.
I
Feel
got
good
I
enough.
about
feel good, period.
I got enough trophies. I'm all right.
my nigga. We about to get this
Whatever
thing
you go get,
popping. You know what
I'll
I'm
take them. Yeah.
saying? We appreciate y'all for rocking with us. You know what I'm saying? Hatchback of the ENT, Cuzzo Ran, Caveman 55, myself,
Yeah,
Benjamin. That's good. We are the Rounds Podcast. Let's go, fellas.
Had more to do with your child's life by where you chose to live than by anything you will ever do inside that home. Short of abuse, neglect, or malnutrition, the rest of it is just trivial variation. It's where you live. Why? Because out-of-home influences are more powerful in shaping the life course of your child than in-home influences are. And those out-of-home influences are peer groups, other adults, neighborhoods, resources, schools, and the larger community that you made available to this child. That is how you shape your child's life course. The second biggest influence is also out of your hands, and that's genetics. And you don't get to determine that. Now, do not mistake what I am saying. The knowledge your child possesses, what they know, is clearly a function of exposure in the environment. But their traits, their abilities, their makeup, their personality is not.
All right, fellas. First off, agree, disagree. Then we could expound on why not. I did think he was hitting on some pertinent shit. I kind of let y'all express yourself a little bit. I come on, get y'all my spell, and we'll keep this thing moving. We're gonna start with you, kid, man. Talk to me.
I agree with him. Where you live, definitely determine how kids and how everything or your family go behave. We looking at inside the home. You could have the best upbringing, 2-parent home, but when them kids go outside, that Sexy Red start playing, that Sugiana start playing, then you got the homeboys who ain't raised right. So your environment outside the home do kind of raise your kids and giving them that influence that negatively affect them. So I kind of agree with him. What he was saying in that snippet.
Cuzzo.
I'm gonna pass it on.
I agree wholeheartedly. It kind of go back to, I don't know if y'all familiar with it, and for psychology, the nature versus nurture argument. That was the main deciding factor in me moving to Dallas, well, to Plano actually, with my kids, because I felt like just the New Orleans environment, and I know they got good areas in New Orleans, they got good schools and this and that, but I just felt like the overall pull of the environment probably was going to be too strong for me to combat that. You know what I'm saying? Gotcha. And the reason I felt like that is because I thought about how my mom struggled raising me. You know what I'm saying? Like, she said the right shit and tried to implement the right shit, but it was a certain point in time in my life where I made the conscious decision to go outside and be off the porch. You know what I'm saying? And when you step off that porch, whatever neighborhood you're residing in is going to determine what type of outside forces you have. You know what I'm saying? School systems tied to neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? So if you're in a shitty neighborhood, you're probably going to a shitty school, getting a subpar education, and that shit just constantly builds. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely agree with that wholeheartedly.
Talk to me, Hat.
I mean, ain't nothing else fucking say. I guess
Pretty much.
to add what Ren was to what Ren was saying about the nature versus nurture shit, you know, raise a child up as you know, as you want him to go, and he should not depart from it. You know what I'm saying? Some people do better jobs at building a culture in their house that's more attractive than the shit on the outside. Some people do, some people don't.
Props.
That's all I can say.
And on that one, had to kind of come in on what you're saying. As far as those who are able to, I guess, create that environment, I guess, a little better than the other ones, I feel like in that instance, you could get your child to go out, whether the environment is, you know, I guess what you wanted to be or not, and the odds of them coming back and not, I guess, fucking up to me is, I guess, stronger. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I guess you could combat the influence a little bit better. Cause you hit on it, because that's what I was gonna ask y'all next. None of us stay in the city, you know what I'm saying? And I would imagine that's due to environment, lack of resources, so forth and so on, and what y'all felt that would do to y'all children. So we can already see it playing out. So That's the angle I was gonna come at it with. Ren, you hit on that one.
I must say, shout out to Diddy Bop, and he could attest to this. Dog, I made my decision to move to Plano based solely on the school system. I didn't research anything else. I didn't need to research anything else because I knew if you have good school systems, you're going to have good jobs, you're going to have good neighborhoods, you're going to have good recreational systems. Like all this shit feeds hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, and I gotta thank my wife at the time too, because she was like fully supportive of the idea. Like I ain't getting no pushback. Like the whole map was open. It was like, look, I don't want to raise my kids in
That's
the
all a man want. That's all a man want, man.
yeah, I didn't want to raise my kids in Orleans Parish. You know what I'm saying? School system. We had done the private school, public school, magnet school, Catholic school. We done tried all the schools and none of them ain't up to my standards. You know what I'm saying? So we opened the map and looking at Seattle, looking at California, and dog, the best school systems, and it was close, was Plano. So I called Diddy. I'm like, man, I know Diddy stays somewhere close to Plano. I ain't 100% sure. If I was on the edge, that nigga pushed me over, dog. When he like, he basically confirmed everything I was thinking. Like, nigga, the school's fire, my kids love it. They excelling in this, they excelling in that, they this, they that, they this, they that. And as much as he sold it, he really undersold it. Because when I got here, I was like, whoa, I was blown away.
Well,
Yeah, I feel the same way. I think I recognized it at an early age. In high school, I know how bad our city was, and on getting ready to graduate, I felt like, damn, if I stay around here, knowing who I was around, my neighborhood, my friends, my cousins, I was scared I was gonna fuck up. I was scared I was gonna do something stupid, follow the wrong nigga, and end up being locked up, getting killed. Whoop de whoop. So as soon as I graduated, I got the fuck out of there. Just because of the simple fact, because of the influences around me, I saw what was going on, and I just was afraid to be a part of it. So boom, I got out there and went straight to the Marine Corps at 17. And I think that's the best decision I made. So, and another thing I'm gonna say, great parental chastisement in the home could curve that influence outside. Because I used to get that ass bust. My mama and daddy, they was right there on me. So that kind of negated the influence that was around me, because I was living around some drug dealing niggas, cousins killing. I was right next to them.
they would have whipped your
That
ass.
influence.
They would have whipped your ass too.
Yeah, they did. But my parents had the most influence on that ass whooping than everybody else. So they gave it to me more. So that kind of curved a lot of that.
I got 2 points. I agree with you, Ren, about not wanting to raise your kids in the city because of the influence and the shitty school systems and all of that shit, right? But in addition to the reason I picked Cypress, Texas, right? In addition to the school shit, man, dude, I didn't want them to see me in that environment because I wouldn't have been the same guy. You see what I'm saying? I had
That's real, dog.
I mellowed the fuck out when I was out here. You know what I'm saying? Different environment, different daddy. You know what I'm saying? So that's one point. Number two, we attacked the nurture side, but we didn't really get too much of the nature side, talking about genetics, talking about the shit that's in you that you probably buried, but it's in them. And when you see it, what do you do? How do you react to it? You know what I'm saying? Seeing the good things from you in your kids, seeing the bad things from you. You know what I'm saying? How you curb that and, how you manage that.
Hey, dog, when you say that, I like that. I think ultimately, when you talking on the genetics part, I mean, our forefathers and us, we and our children, so forth and so on. But I think environment still play a big part, because if you keep a motherfucker in the same environment, for the most part, you're gonna get the same results. You take that individual, put them in a different environment, and now you can see what what's really gonna pop. So I think we all did a great job in choosing to be away. I saw Diddy ask in the chat, and y'all could let me know this real quick before we move. Would y'all have rather live somewhere else besides New Orleans? Do you think if y'all would have stayed somewhere else, it would have, you know what I'm saying? Or you was cool for high rock?
I got out at 17, 18 when I went to the military, right? Had I not been there, I wouldn't have been as successful in other things. You see what I'm saying? Like I grew up early in the city.
Proud.
Like it you know what I'm saying?
I kind of agree with Diddy,
for a lot of
dog. I agree with him for me personally because I'm gonna say so first of all, growing up, I was super smart. I was in gifted classes, all type of shit. And it was like a certain point in time, like I'm talking about elementary school age, I'm consciously dumbing myself down to fit in with my peers. So instead of being challenged intellectually, I was basically being held back. You see what I'm saying? So I always wonder, what if you would have been in an environment that didn't look down on being intelligent, that encouraged that type of shit. You see what I'm saying?
That don't necessarily equate to success though, because like in different places, success means a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? Like New Orleans is full of hustlers and business people and small business people. You know what I'm saying? You learn how to grind and how to barter and how to fucking work the street and work your fucking jelly early. You know what I'm saying? We used to fucking be on a fucking Decatur Street, you know what I'm saying, shining shoes and getting some bread. I know that probably wasn't the ideal upbringing, right? But I'm saying, would it have made me more successful to grow somewhere else? I don't believe so. I believe that whatever was in me is gonna be, you know what I'm saying, is gonna come out eventually. It just would have made, took a little more time.
I like both of y'all points because I have just looking at it from my upbringing. I was in gifted classes. I was when I was young, elementary, junior high. I was all over the place, and me and another girl, we was the only two in our schools that was in those classes. And I feel like if I was raised in another environment, I wouldn't have felt to the influence because I stopped doing it because all my friends wasn't doing it. Niggas was teasing me, telling me this and that. So I kind of got away from it and wanted to chill and do what everybody else was doing. So I feel like if I would have been raised somewhere else when I had that kind of, teasing that I was in the performing arts, I was acting, I kind of would have excelled in that. And at the same time, from Hat's point of view, I think being in New Orleans helped me be the type of man I am. I could go anywhere. I could talk to people. I don't know if I'd have been this type of person that had this way of talking if I was raised in a city like Connecticut, New York or something like that. I think, the New Orleans upbringing and how we are, our character is, exceptional when you go down, go to other places. So it's like I'm kind of torn between, if I'd have been better if I'd have left, or the things I learned that helped me excel and do what I do, outside of the city of New Orleans. So
look,
I'm 50-50 with it.
A lot of my little cousins that didn't grow up in the city, that, the extended family, right? They wasn't raised there. They didn't go to high school there. Yeah. But they were living in Santa Fe, New Mexico and Phoenix and living in fucking Decatur and all, in these better places. Shit. They come here to go to fucking to go to college, go to Xavier, go to Dillard, go to Suno and never fucking leave.
And that's what I about. I'm with y'all on the fact of the city definitely gave a nigga that res, like the young people say. We got that res to me from being there. I think ultimately being somewhere else, I probably would have had a little more opportunities to do different shit. And just seeing some different shit would have propelled me to do extra shit because you see more, you do more to a certain degree. Right. So, that's kind of my spell on it, bro.
And we surrounded by a lot of negativity, just big time. We came from the murder capital, especially when we was young, so we know what was popping. The things that we saw versus and just like I said, the kids now they're seeing a whole lot of the same. So just not having to see that and knowing what was really going on around you, that kind of affected you. Kind of wanted you not to, kind of molded you to be. Like everybody else, if so to speak, if you know what I mean.
Listen, everybody who grew up in a great environment has not had a successful life. You know what I'm saying? There's bums.
That's true.
And
yeah.
And
I ain't talking about them. I'm talking about me. I would have fared better.
Right. Because we got successful people from New Orleans that ain't rapping and music and sports players. They got successful people come from our city.
No, they do. They do, and I'm not knocking that. I just the age I am now. I know my personality type and the environment I would have thrived in. I feel like I would have had flavor no matter what city I was born in. New Orleans just gave a nigga a little extra seasoning. You heard me? But the other shit that we were deprived of, living in that environment, I feel like that's more fucking important. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
Like what? Give me one example real quick.
Opportunities.
Give me one example real quick.
I'm giving you one. Opportunities, more opportunities in being in a better environment, having better school system, having a school system where your intellect could be challenged and see its full potential, as opposed to having one that stifles it. Nigga, I went to schools that didn't have books.
But that's what I was talking about. The family culture. See, a lot of people let schools raise their children and let them educate their children. And some people, they give them what they got. You know what I'm saying? And they leave from the home. You know, you still go to school.
That's what I'm telling you, Hat. I entered the school system advanced. When I was in 3rd grade, they wanted to skip me to 6th grade. I was in gifted classes. I'm testing off the level, but I'm not being challenged. So
I'm saying, did they challenge you at the house? Did they give you books?
That's why I was advanced from my peers, because I came into the game with the knowledge and the challenging from home. When I get to, it's kind of like if you play sports. If you practice,
that's not what I'm saying, Ren. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, okay, you're talented. Okay, you test off the charts. After that, were they challenging you? After that, were they giving you books to read? After, as you were in school, all throughout school.
No, at a certain point, like I kind of shied away from it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to do that no more.
Kind of like what I did.
Yeah, I won't get into the environment. I'm off the course now.
You're trying to fit into the environment you're in. Yeah.
Well, that's the
That's what I'm saying. I had the same experience because I was the only nigga in the acting class. I was the only nigga going across the river performing in these places. Nobody else I was kicking it with was doing that. So I kind of like, man, I ain't doing this no more.
That's the great thing about living in a ninth ward. You got guys who was hustlers, who still went to NOCA, who still had fucking great grade point averages, who was read and was cultured and all of that shit, knew about religion, knew about all kind of shit, and still would pop your fucking head in the same fucking minute. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I grew up with a lot of people like that. You know, who would put me on, like, on the street, put me on, you know what I'm saying? Like, my uncles and shit, them dudes, you know, like, it was no way that I wasn't gonna get it. You feel
Just to me, I'm not gonna lie. To me, the street shit, the hustling shit, you can learn that any ghetto America. That's not unique to New Orleans. I could have learned that shit anywhere. You know what I'm saying?
No.
I don't agree with that. I think our upbringing, our childhood, and the things we got from our city is unique, dog. You can tell when you go other places, the way we talk, the way we act, that's a New Orleans thing. That ain't just, you feel what I'm saying?
Like a nigga said, everybody got a little seasoning, but I think we season our shit.
Different. The swag is different.
Yeah, we season our shit a little bit better than most, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And on that one.
So anyway, you say you from New Orleans.
We about to hit this round 2 up right quick. What's that with your old Slim? You heard me?
Tell you where you got your shoes at right now. Bet I could tell you.
Hey.
Your left and your right. I bet I can tell you.
Y'all keep it locked, man. It's mix time, cuz going on 5. That's
yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Motherfucker, what is this going on in 2023? Lord, give me shit. I say no drawers. No fucking drawers, y'all. What is this? No drawers.
Oh, that boy went to fucking dab a nigga off and forgot how to ride, huh?
Say, bro, you don't run from dogs. You do run from bulls, though. You run.
Now you run from dogs.
No, you don't run from dogs. You don't run from no
I
fucking.
would raise stray dogs in the neighborhood. I'm burning them. That's why we track stars, football players, gone because of them dogs and free dogs.
I'm gonna kick the fuck out your dog.
Beat the fuck out your dog.
Yeah, your dog. I'm not running from no dog. I'm too old to be running from a dog. I'm gonna kick the fuck out your dog. If that bitch real violent, your family gonna need another pet.
When you run, you gonna fall and then you fucked. Now, everybody who jumping off of shit and riding on shit, fuck them. They trying to get fucked up. That. I don't even know that shit. But what's up with your boy?
I just wonder.
Have you ever danced like
when
that?
When that motherfucker ran from that first bull and turned around and that other bull met his ass, I got you now, bitch. Ooh, if an animal could talk, that's what that bull would have said. I'm telling you, I got your ass.
Oh, I was gonna say we started off on the bullshit. You heard me?
He looked like
I'm with
like Kurt Warner.
I think Sis said that. That's why she don't go to rodeos. Now I will attend a rodeo, but I never understood that running of the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And even you're not really supposed to run from a bull either. You're supposed to play dead.
No, that's a bear, motherfucker. That's a bear. You play dead.
That's a goddamn bear.
Oh shit!
You don't see them niggas playing cards? You don't see them niggas playing cards in the middle of the rodeo? The last nigga sit and win?
Play dead. Don't listen to win. You gonna get you fucked up. No,
play dead, run, one of the two. I was close. Bear, bull, fuck. I don't know.
Grizzly bears, you play dead. Black bears, you fight back. Because if you play dead, they go.
I'm looking at your girl in the club bending over.
Bear colors.
The grizzly bear.
That nigga was hitting your girl in the club kind of hard. It's like we could take this somewhere else. I mean, he was pounding it.
I ain't never been that.
That's what I'm about to say. The whole we could take it somewhere else, Cleve. We could do that just off a regular grind. You goddamn,
but
you
look,
baby boy in the bitch.
You ain't doing that in real life.
Like that's what I'm saying. You know
that's a myth about playing dead with bears. What if it fucking dead?
That shit like it
just ain't no myth. Grizzly bears, you better play dead.
How you know for sure though?
Cause I know the people who told the stories who survived.
I'm about to say I done heard that one too. Yeah.
Well, I ain't gonna lie. I done seen the dude. You're right. I have seen them survival stories, but this nigga got fucked up by that bear. Like the bear pissed on him, scalped him, all type of shit.
He's still alive.
Right, and he didn't play dead initially. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess I'd take that. But dog, the chick with the no drawers.
She was not naked. She was not.
That's what Fran said.
She had on
a thong.
Yes, she got one of them high cut booties. You know them high cut booties. Come on, man.
It's hiding everything. Huh?
Yeah, it's a little deep cut booty. It go way up. You dig?
Either way, bitch,
that's the kind of ass, hey man. That's the kind of ass you put your forehead in right there.
No, that's not. No, please, no.
Look. Wait.
If you trying to grow some hair,
the top of the head.
You stick your head in that ass, you gonna pull out an afro.
Yeah, put your forehead in her ass. You know what I'm saying?
It's a whole face.
Nah, don't do it, dog. Don't do it.
Your forehead.
You got motherfucker riding skateboards and riding on a bike. Motherfucker, the nigga on the bike fall. I'm thinking the nigga with the skateboard be the one to fuck up.
Dog, that's what I said. He tried to dap a nigga off and just forgot how to pedal and shit. I don't really know what the fuck was up.
I mean, you got it easier.
I'm still on the ass because I'm like, are you doing this for attention?
But
do you not know your ass is out?
Because what are the motherfuckers from the front getting? You dig? Now, Hat says she got on a G-string, a string thong or some shit. I ain't see shit, but I guess her ass eating that much. You know what I'm saying? But what is they getting from the front? And is that shit shaved? Like, what?
It's definitely not shaved. Like, if you walk around with your ass out at the airport, I'm willing to bet you don't shave that bush. So, but I'm the type of dude, like, I'm not gonna lie, because I see a lot of ass that I don't really need to see. So I would have told her, like, excuse me, ma'am, your ass out. You know what I'm saying? I would have knew for sure if you want your ass to be out.
I don't bother strangers.
I didn't bother him. That's being courteous.
Yeah,
Sound about the strange.
just leave him alone. Ass out. She'll figure it out. People get offended when you tell them shit. Hey, I'd rather be safe than sorry. What the fuck you think you talking to? I want my. If you don't know what you gonna get.
Timbo. Okay, that's what I'm thinking. See, Tim think like me. I'm thinking it'd be cold as fuck in the airport. Bitch, I got a jacket on and everything. Your ass out and you don't know? Yeah, she had that ass out on purpose.
Oh, Alchemist, we about to roll on.
That's why you don't tell her nothing. See?
What if did we really look good enough? It could have been
unfiltered, no screen.
I ain't even think of that.
Right?
Skin tight, huh? Skin
we
tight.
could have made some mistakes before. I thought the lady had on, it was just tight.
I feel you had, and her, if it was a mistake, man, she fooled a lot of motherfuckers. No, the old lady who was talking about.
No, I seen Ashy.
I zoomed in. That wasn't no mistake, nigga. That was ass.
I seen the back of her knees.
Oh shit!
Creases in the back of her knees in the back.
Yeah, that was ass, man.
Ashy knees. Hey man, we up against it a little bit, fellas. We gonna push this thing, but shit, good shit as always. Y'all keep it locked. Y'all know what time it is. We about
stay away from them bullfights.
Hit y'all with this high track. Caveman 55, Cuz over and had you back. Myself, Benjamin Ness.
We here.
Podcast.
Give me the green light out there. Waited for too long. Send me the address out there. Stay for too long. Give me the green light out there. Waited for too long. Send me the address out there. Stay for too long. I ain't staying. You ain't show me you wanna be my girl. No. Oh, I'm just saying. You ain't show me you wanna be my world.
7 years. 27 years. For 27 years, the family of Tupac Shakur has been waiting for justice. We are here today to announce the arrest of 60-year-old Dwayne Keith Davis, a.k.a. Keefy D, for the murder of Tupac Shakur.
Prior to September 7th of 1996, as we all know, Tupac Shakur was an artist who was signed with Death Row Records. And that Death Row Records and its CEO, Marion Suge Knight, were closely affiliated with the Mob Piru criminal street gangs, and that they had an ongoing feud with the Southside Compton Crips. Dwayne Davis was the leader and shot caller of the Southside Compton Crips. On the night of September 7th of 1996, Tupac Shakur, along with Suge Knight, and members of their entourage, which include members of Mob Piru, came to Vegas to attend the Mike Tyson fight at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. Members of the Southside Compton Crips, which included Dwayne Davis, along with his nephew Orlando Anderson, were also in attendance at the same event. As both were leaving the fight, members of Death Row Records spotted Orlando Anderson near an elevator bank inside the MGM. At that time, they began to kick and punch him near that elevator bank. I will now show you hotel security footage, as many of you have already seen, related to
are now all deceased, and investigators say it's unlikely Davis would have ever been arrested if he hadn't opened his mouth.
Orlando, not to tell nobody, right?
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
I said, on this type of you can't be telling nobody. That's the only way you're going to stay free.
Well, I mean, the goal wasn't really to get anyone arrested. It was really just to get the truth of the matter. The story about Orlando Anderson killing Tupac, I've known since around 2007. So this was essentially the worst kept secret in LA. Everyone knew about it, but there were no arrests, there was no convictions, there was no anything, there was no actual proof. So there was a lot of conspiracy theories around it. So around 2008, when I first heard the Keefe confession tapes that Greg Kading got, then I found out there was a book that was about to come out. I got a hold of Keefe D and his co-writer, and we scheduled an interview, and we just went from there. Well, I think that he believed that he had a level of immunity when he did the proffer agreement. I think at the time he was saying that he had cancer, so maybe he didn't think he had much time to live. So he was just kind of letting it loose at that point. But, it was it was a little bit crazy that he actually sat down and we did everything. And when I asked him about it, sometimes he would try to dodge certain questions, but ultimately I used the book as a blueprint. So whenever a question wouldn't get answered, I said, well, the book said X, Y, and Z. And then at that point, he kind of went along with the, what was written in the book.
All right, fellas. Tupac Murder. Finally solved. Give him a round of applause. I know that's right. Hey, bro. I mean, like they say, different scenarios for a while. Some people might have already been up on this one. You know what I'm saying? As far as knowing how it really went down. I think the most ironic part about it is to think you have immunity and don't, and you just out here, willy-nilly with it. I don't understand how one could think they have some shit. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's some shit you, to me, need to be sure on. So ultimately, for you writing books and all of this shit, getting a payday or trying to get a payday and that shit coming back to bite you after you told a nigga this the type of shit get you fucked up when you talk about it. I don't know. Cuz I know you wanted to touch on it, so we'll start first with you with your opinion and just swing it around the board.
I mean, first of all, nigga dumb as a motherfucker. Like all these old gangster niggas getting on camera telling these old gangster stories. It's fucking dumb. First of all, in his case, I don't believe he thought he had immunity, because in order to have a proffer agreement, you had a lawyer that told you the terms of the agreement. Like, you had to fully understand these terms. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're a gangster. Gangsters know the street rules and all this shit. So if you had any type of agreement from the crooked ass police, you would have it in writing. If you don't have it in writing, you didn't think that. What you thought was, like you said, I'm gonna get some money. I'm a trivialize Tupac debt. I'm gonna monetize it, and I'm gonna keep rubbing the authorities' face in it. Basically, you know what I'm saying? So whatever he get is what he get. Now, I had a different question, and this is kind of a hypothetical. I don't think gonna happen, but he has implicated others, namely Puff Daddy, in this crime. You know what I'm saying? I'm just wondering if Puff Daddy was to get locked up for some shit, would niggas be saying free Puffy? Just curious.
I don't think so. I think people will want to see that happen just for shock value, more YouTube talking points, something to discuss. Niggas won't see shit like that go down. I'm kind of numb to it. In times now, we've been seeing young rappers getting killed every damn day. Damn near 5 or 6 of them every year gone. So to think about Tupac and his death, I'm just looking at it as just something damn recent. You just think Nipsey Hussle and all of these young boys dying, so it ain't a big deal to look at it and comment on it too much. But the nigga expressing himself, telling them he was the one who did it, like Ren said, I think that was foolish. You might as well just go ahead and live your life, try to do something positive. But I guess he ain't got nothing positive to do besides talk about what he did and try to see if he could get something out of it. So I think that's the whole reason behind it. He trying to see what he can get from the whole ordeal. So
the man been saying this shit for damn near 25 years. He been saying this shit. All of the people who was supposedly involved is dead, so they can't even identify or verify nothing he's saying. He may be arrested. This shit may go back and forth to court or whatever. There's no way they can convict him on nothing. There's no evidence or nothing. That's just interviews. Some of this shit is real. Some of this shit is, make believe. He's on national world platforms like DJ Vlad, who's, if you don't think is an informant or working with the feds at this fucking
hat. Vlad, look, Vlad said in the interview he does not cooperate with the police. They called him several times. He doesn't answer.
He also said, "Look, they answering now. You feel me? But why do we care? See, they be knowing how to play with black.
Yeah,
people.
it ain't a big deal no more. That's how I look. Like
they be knowing how to play with black people emotions, bro. With this dumb shit. It's just some more shit. They getting out of hand. Okay, tell them we solved Tupac's murder. Fuck, I don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
Free BG. Huh?
That'll last a week. Yeah. That'll last a good week. in the black community.
But not even that, because it's kind of like Had said, nigga, like, duh, we been knew he killed that nigga. Like, he been saying this shit for like 20 years. Like, he's been public. He wrote a book saying what happened.
Right.
And the police.
Yeah, but everybody ain't getting that information, dog. Back then, we ain't had no YouTube and all of these different avenues to find out what that nigga. I ain't never heard of that nigga. I ain't never heard of him.
That basically, nigga, you got your ass bust because you did some dumb shit.
It wasn't him. It was his nephew. His nephew was the one that got beat up in the lobby. Right.
Right. But I'm talking about Pac. I'm saying ultimately you got your ass bust because you didn't necessarily.
Oh, put that Alchemist comment up there. That's fire.
In the artist place. You know what I'm saying? If you would have just been an artist, you might still be. But
listen,
no, you had to do the extra
Tupac
shit.
Shakur was famous and he was important to y'all niggas. He wasn't important to LAPD. He wasn't important to the Vegas people. They didn't really give no resources to figuring out who shot that little nigga. There's niggas getting shot every day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Even if they give resources.
Because he won a couple Grammys. And you know what I'm saying?
Nah, basically, niggas is like this. Niggas is like, hey, we want y'all to solve this fucking murder. And I was right there and I saw what happened, but I'm not telling you anything to help you solve this murder. You know what I'm saying?
Props.
Hey,
So
I guess when they need to shake us up again, they go. I think if they want to shake us up again, they go tell us they found Biggie murderer. They go solve his case in a few years.
Listen, it's all
you
the
feel
same.
me?
If you listen to Keefe D, Real Street Star, I think a Real Street Star's interview, it's all the same. He told you Puff Daddy had something to do with all.
Oh yeah, see, you heard them
and
niggas.
guess what? They just tried to subpoena Suge Knight to fucking witness against Keefe D, right? And he refused.
Suge can't afford to take no more fucking L's back there.
Nigga, I'm in jail. I ain't about to justify against no goddamn body in a 30-year-old crime. Is y'all crazy?
Right, that ain't got shit to do with me.
Nah, he looking bad. Yeah. But I do want to see ultimately if they try to tie Puff up some kind of way.
He is in the bed with the Democrats, vote or die, and all of this shit. You know, he a vaccine motherfucker, so I don't think as long as he participating, you know, dressing up like the Joker and, you know, playing that game, he'll be fine.
That nigga gonna be that nigga gonna be going state to state getting motherfuckers to vote for real now. Yeah. Nigga, take that. You better take that.
No, you gonna see him. You gonna see him take a step like nobody. Like, okay, you know how you get to a certain step, and then it's like, well, you can't go no higher, and then a nigga pull a Bruce Jenner on you. I wouldn't be surprised if Puff pull a Bruce Jenner on us and turn into a female in the next year or so. Y'all heard it?
Love, be sister love.
Come on, man. They gonna call her Sookie.
Oh shit, man.
Ain't Sexy Red Young Thug? So these motherfuckers changing now.
Sookie with the brown cookie.
What you said, boy? That nigga said ain't Sexy Red Young Thug. God
ain't that Young Thug? Nah. Motherfuckers, Bruce Jenner is Kylie Jenner, Young Thug is Sexy Red, motherfuckers switching it up.
I agree. You can't never say you saw both of them in the same place at the same time.
Oh, Bruce and Kylie?
No, Young Thug and Sexy Red.
You can't see them in the same place at the same time.
That's the point. Man, yo, wow, boy. Yeah, man. Yo, wow.
Say, hey, bro.
Go ahead.
Speaking of, what's her name? Sukiana. What's her name?
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all remember the show when the dude kissed her in the mouth and was trying to
YK Osiris?
Yeah. Okay. Now, after that happened, you know what I'm saying?
Nigga, fucking weirdo too.
He was such a hoe for doing that shit. So if you look at all her
actions, did it
from now, I mean from then to now, do you still feel the same?
Yes.
I'm talking to Diddy.
Okay.
My bad. Yeah,
I feel the same. I still feel the same.
Yeah,
why not?
I feel like she talking about ass and you tried to kiss her. It's a goddamn fool.
I was about to say,
But that's why I say,
yeah,
a little bit did. But
Big
I don't know.
Big booty.
Ain't never
booty.
looked that
Nah,
bad.
man.
You hear me?
Hey, bro, the milk done spoiled, bro.
Might have come out from the slum, but
The milk done gone bad, man. It's shit.
oh man, stop,
That's a
Diddy.
part of that
Stop.
outside influence we were talking on earlier in the show. That's
That's
that
our
outside
people, man.
influence. I mean, you listen to how people loving her song, man. That song's so stupid, but when it come on, you see smiles. I'm like, why would you? What you smiling, jamming for? That shit.
You want to go to Pound Town,
The
dog?
Sexy Red, the Pound Town shit. Boy, that's so that song's so popular.
You like to take him to Pound Town, kid, man?
I'm an old school
Boy,
guy.
what you smiling? Why we got people giggling and smiling about this shit?
I listen to shit like this. I don't be listening to no Pound Town or nothing. You know what I'm saying? I be listening to Fast Domino and you know that type of shit.
No, that ain't us. That's not us. That's not us listening to it. That's 20 years underneath us, 15 years underneath us, listening to it, smiling, bumping it, giggling.
Now
You
see
feel
that
me?
album right there, Hat? That one right there? Boy, look, my auntie Terry used to bump that motherfucker,
Hey,
boy.
look, I'm gonna give y'all a little treat. Boy, Whitney was something else, boy. Hey.
Watch out now.
Yeah.
Watch out, man. Hey, bro, we about to get out the door. We ain't even making the full round, baby. I got an appointment tonight, cuz do too. We about to get on out of here. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us, everybody in the chat. Y'all held it down at the round table. That's it. Break bread with us. We appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Told you we not gonna bite y'all. Keep them coming. Okay, man. What
Don't
you got
ride
for
no
me before we
bulls.
get
Be
out of
safe.
here?
Don't
Come
ride
on
no
with it.
bulls. We done seen so many of it. If you ride the bike, don't fall in front of a nigga on a skateboard. You got the most balance. You're a damn idiot if you fall and a nigga on a skateboard don't fall. So you did choose your battles. That's where I'm at with it.
Hey, gonna keep showing them good old albums up there, cuz. You got
Stevie
something before we get
Wonder.
out the door?
I just called to say I love you.
That's right. It's all love, Master K, man, 55, Ren K, aka the man, hatchback. Keep showing them good fucking records. Myself, Benjamin, that's good. We the Rounds Podcast. We out the dope. And don't forget for the youngsters,